concrete foundation holds the weight. I folded my last hand just a little too late. This gravity is all I've ever known. Another hollow debt I have to own. In the house of Chayton! Yeah, the house always wins! These are the stakes that I was given. A future that's already written. The house of Chayton! The house always wins!
What is going on, guys? It's the House of Chayton here. I decided, the wife decided to go to sleep a little earlier, so I decided to go live. Originally, again, it was going to be midnight, and then I moved it to 12:30, but here we are. Yeah. Hope everybody's doing well. Anybody who is, who will be watching, depends on everything. It looks odd from this angle. If I have the, thing, interesting. Okay, well, where do I begin? It has been a crazy day. What's going on? What's up, DH? I'll put the link out in a little bit. I'm just going to give my thoughts on everything beforehand. If anybody does want to join in, give their thoughts, whatever, of anything. But my day was fucking wild. Like, what was it? I woke up and I was about to stream, or not stream, but I was about to play Marvel Rivals with the guys, right? And overslept a little bit, woke up, was about to join in. Then I get a call. Now, well, it's portrait landscape. It's just for extra content, I guess you could say. Anyway, so I woke up. I was gonna go play with Marvel Rivals with the guys, right? And I get a call. Now, if you recall, I think it was a week ago, I talked about my former boss getting arrested for basically a domestic violence, choking a woman, second degree or third degree felony, could be up to a second degree felony, blah, blah, right? I got a call from a random number because, that was my side hustle. So I wanted to make sure I had something. I've been looking for a little bit of a side hustle for me and all that, right? So, I've always tried to answer calls and all that other shit, right? Because I don't get a lot of calls normally. Well, anyway, so I answer, and lo and behold, it's my former boss. And first off, he wasn't, because he got out of jail a while back. Because that was the first time I heard from him. He didn't call me to let me know he was going to pay me, which wasn't surprising, especially with what's going on with him. It's kind of going to be difficult to pay anyone anything right now. Well, anyway, guess he doesn't know about my channel because he would have known what I said about him previously. But I entertained the call because, well, honestly, just boredom, and I could always use the chismosa. Of course, he was doing the whole thing. The video was out of context. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. It was just usual things when people try to say they didn't do it. Again, I've stated, not to sound like Lizard, but women lie. Women do a lot of fucked up shit to get what they want. So I'm not, sitting here saying, but when there was video and you've actually seen the video, it's kind of difficult to dispute, right? So yeah, I basically told him about my work and and all that other stuff, and I need to focus on other ventures. I was trying to be nice about it because I didn't want, honestly, I'm like, dude, you're going through a lot of fucked up shit that you caused. Right now, I'm the last person you wanna talk to. So I just kind of lingered on. Plus, again, the chismosa. Really, that was the main reason why I kept the conversation going for a little bit. But yeah, he of course doesn't know why certain people are not wanting to associate with him and all this other bullshit. It was quite hilarious, actually, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, so he is supposed to have I think a pre-indictment trial in I think September. And so he's most likely going to go away for a long time. I think 2 to 10 years he's going to be in prison. So we'll see. It's going to be hard to dispute since there's video footage. You know, it's not like he said, she said bullshit or anything like this. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to dispute this. So yeah, that was the beginning of my day. Then we played Marvel Rivals, which went really good. Not gonna, we won. We got our asses kicked and we won. So you know, I can't really complain too much about that. It was a good game. And then the main reason for this open house, as some of you know, the last open house we had we had a little confrontation with Sloppy Seconds. It was myself. It was mainly really talking about the Cabal thing and having Cabal say his piece, but then other people came in and all this other stuff. Yeah, we did. We did. Oh, it's raining outside. Hell yeah. Anyway, so basically, Sloppy and I think it was myself, DH, Poseidon, and the Prodigal Heel all had a basically a discussion, and you know, and we it didn't end in it didn't end. It just was like some shouting, some laughing, and all this other stuff. Very polarizing opinions, very polarizing discussion, and very polarizing reaction from certain people. And then who was it? I think then after that, it was one of Sloppy's buddies, Zexio, made a community post, which I let it slide. I know he was he's the more unhinged one when it comes to the two of them. So I was like, okay. I'm like, you're making yourself look like a fool, but you know, leave it be for the time being. Then after I think the Marvel Rivals, I think that was when Zexio invited me and Sloppy into a group chat. He really wanted to fucking confront DH and Poseidon really bad. And which I was like, okay, I'll talk to them. Of course, Poseidon did not decide not to do it, which is understandable because, you know, you're dealing with fucking children in this case with their maturity level. You always gotta elaborate what you mean because these idiots, they always assume they assume things, right? Anyway, so after that, let me see. Let me give me a second my thing real quick. All right. So anyway, so then I informed DH about it, and he was. And you know, we were thinking, okay, let's set up a time. What works best for all of us? I think it was 9 p.m. I told Zexio that it would only happen on my channel because, well, I'm partnered. I don't go to people. They come to me. The only people I really go to in terms of like conversating is David and Money's channel. Those are like the only two that I try to go on anymore nowadays, right? Anyway, so at that point, I was like, okay, you know, what works? Because I know DH doesn't do StreamYard. And I've been pretty fair when I host StreamYards and shit like that. So, you know, that's the point of it. Anyway, so we set a time for 9 p.m. And this is important in a little bit. So everybody was game, even Zexio was game. Then he said it was not good for him because of the time zones, because he's from the UK, and which would have made sense if he did not stream not long after, and he streamed basically almost till 10 o'clock my time. So basically, like originally I was going to be nice and be like, oh, he just backed out because of time constraints or whatever. No, he bitched out. He wanted to have full control of the stream. And hey, you know what? Do you, man? But then we were jaw jacking back and forth. We were talking shit and all that other stuff. You know me, I like to play with my food. I like to watch these people basically show their true colors and show how pathetic they really are. It didn't take much. It was actually quite easy and honestly quite sad and underwhelming how mad he got. Because like I'm not even saying anything like catastrophic, right? I'm not telling him to go fuck himself. I'm not saying your wife is a hoe, anything like that. I'm not doing any of that, right? I will give him credit. The clown or the mustache Mario type photo of myself with my mother was actually kind of funny. I will not lie. And then trying to show addresses and say this and say that. Like, do you really think that people are going to? This is why I think cops don't take any of y'all seriously, because you all act like a bunch of buffoons and think you're going to get your way. What's up? What's up, man? Yeah. Shout out to this guy or girl. Some of you don't know nowadays. Anyway, um, so yeah, so basically, it was like playing with my food for a little bit and all that other stuff. He was getting all pissy and all that. Like again, I've said shit to way worse, like worse shit to other people, and they just fucking explode. Shit, I wasn't even like basically the baby wasn't getting what he uh what he wanted. And so I was like, okay, it was quite funny to me. But then the funniest part is because again, he did stream. I think he private it. I don't know if he's unprivate it or whatnot. I don't know at this point, But like, which sucks because I caught the basically the uh meat and potatoes of the stream because again I was hanging out with the wife, hanging out with a friend. I was chilling there. I wasn't really focusing too much on it. I was just like, let me check, see what's up here. All right, go for a smoke break, smoke, watch it, what have you. So they did a video on DH. And so first, so basically after they decided they didn't want to do it, because again they came to me. I didn't even like honestly. I was pretty much pretty much that was I said my piece on the whole situation. That was kind of a dead subject at that point. But now it's like it was. But I guess XEO again. That's the difference between a boy and a man. He could say he's more of a man because of this, that, and the third. Like I said, like they could say, "Oh, well, we know the law." Clearly, you don't because you break almost every fucking law in the world. Oh, but we didn't dox. We just, we just Google Map search and all this other stuff. Well, just admit that you were a bunch of butthurt bitches. Or I'll take a quote: "Upsetty spaghetti bitches." Anyway, so they did a video on DH trying to call him a P3DO, right? Where the fuck did they? I know. Well, okay, it's weird. Will I've learned that when portrait mode and landscape mode, you get a lot of like with portrait mode, you get a lot of viewership more so than anything else. It's weird. It's very weird. It'll fluctuate. But I've had videos be here for a while and they still stand the viewership, so it's authentic. Well, anyway, again, I will drop the link for anybody who wants to join in. Will, by the way, I'll tell Dragon too. I may or may not be available tomorrow for Tekken. Only reason being, the wife and I are going to a club with a friend, so just FYI. But that depends on what time she gets down here from out of town. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'll keep y'all posted. But I will miss watching Dragon Rage again. Anyway. All right. So going back to everything. Where was I? Oh, yes. So they did a stream accusing DH of being a P3DO. Yeah, I talked to Dragon. I think yesterday. I was down to play. Just it basically depends on if we do go to the club. It basically depends on what time our friend lands from where she's coming from. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So they were doing that stream, right? And first off, their first mistake was they were taking I guess the knowledge and information from fucking, hey, what's up, Roar? They were taking the information from Eric Melendez. I repeat, Sloppy Seconds and Zexio, the supposed professional, the expert predator hunters, took information from Eric Melendez battle. I like at that point, I don't even need to go into further detail. At that point, the credibility is out the window. Like, I'm just gonna say it. If either of them accuse anybody of being a predator, like anybody within a right mind should take it with a grain of salt. This is just my advice to everybody. Reason being, because now again, I've seen the Arthur shit. I've seen what Arthur said and done, the John Davis stuff. I'm not like, I've seen this all firsthand. There's a difference. But like in the sense of anybody else that I have not seen, that I'm not familiar with, why take them seriously? Because the fact that if they're willing to listen and to entertain someone like Eric Melendez battle, then what the fuck? That's like the dumbest shit in the world. Now, the videos that Eric was trying to tell them about was by a channel named Soul Evans, which has been alluded that it could be an old Deku Ga Keys. Now, that channel has been inactive for years. Years. Now, I am not sure, because again, I don't remember everything. I am not sure if even when me and DH had issues, I don't know if him and if I ever brought that up myself. Yes, Sloppy and Zexio took the information from Eric Melendez's battle and made a stream asking if Dark Horse Purge is a P3DO. I wish I was making this shit up. You know, it's like, and even though the video is private, there are messages where they were talking to me about this and asking me questions, and I'm like, that's something you ask him. I am not his fucking advisor, right? Okay, but anyway, so the videos that Eric was telling them about was by a user by the name of Soul Evans, which from my understanding, and again, this is going back a bit, that channel was never accurate in a lot of the statements that were made about DH. Hence why I never really, again, I could be wrong, but I don't think I've ever used those for context, even when I was beefing with DH. Again, if DH remembers, he can correct me on that, but I do not think I ever used that as a thing. Yeah. Oh, and Adam, funny enough, like just because I was talking shit about them and like to their faces in Discord, well, not Sloppy didn't do it, but Zexio, I tried to do the old, oh, well, my feelings are hurt, so I'm going to try to dox you type shit, right? So yeah. Anyway. So they were using the oh yeah, I remember that too. Yeah. Anyway. So with all that, right? So DH, like I'll be fully transparent with everybody. I was informed of the stream, so I let DH know. And then I didn't tell, or he went in there on his own accord. And through the shenanigans and all that stuff, Zexio, because I will say this, it's funny, Sloppy took that conversation more seriously than the other one when he was getting criticized, and all that. But again, like it proves that both of them, like him and Sloppy, they were bothered by what DH said. Because if they really didn't, like, basically, every time they asked him questions and asked this and asked that, DH had every rebuttal for everything. And again, I'm not here kissing the ass or white knighting for DH. He could say all that his damn self if he wanted to. But basically, every time they tried to throw something at them, they even let Eric in. And Eric, of course, acting like a fool. That is the guy. I repeat, like, let me just say this. Of all the retards that we have dealt with over the years, and there are many, Sloppy and Zexio, quote unquote professional predator hunters, took information from a man who openly watches porn at a library. Incredible sort, and some of us have seen him at the library watching porn on some of his streams that are no longer available. But again, but I guess until it's, no, not like all those. Like, I want this to be clear before I continue onward. To the Arthurs, to the John Davises, to the Dee Stanley Bells, Green Rangers, whoever the fuck you are. To the Chloe Esters, all this other shit. Just because I do not like and honestly basically feel like Sloppy and Zexio are not credible doesn't mean that y'all aren't pieces of shit. That y'all aren't scum of the earth. I just feel like Sloppy and Zexio are the reasons why y'all aren't locked up. But I digress. But yes, I will even if y'all try to friend me or try to comment on my videos and say, let's team up, let's do this. No. I have standards. And as little as my standards are, as low as my standards are, I will at least admit that I will never hang out with any of those fucking people or team up with them or whatever. The moment you try to do that, the moment your ass gets blocked. And that goes to all of them. I do not need an army. I do not need information. I do not need this. I do not need that to take on two twerps. So, just wanted to make that clear. Anyway, going back to it. It's going to happen eventually. Fucking quit trolling, Dragon. What is it? If you think it's good, if you think it's going to happen, see, Dragon. I think I know now who your twin is. I am not your twin. It is Kevin. Kevin's your twin, Dragon. It's gonna happen eventually. I knew it was gonna happen. That's you, Dragon. Anyway, going back to it, but yes, it was quite pathetic. And then I did see that was anytime because I did leave a few comments in the video where I made some comments and Zexio was of course mad because he's like, oh, let me show this, let me show. He didn't say nothing because why is he on your mind? Well, do you want me to say a private conversation between you and I if you want to know if who really is on whose mind, Dragon? Okay, that sounds like something Kevin would say. Let's see. Well, did you? I want to see what you could have predicted. Well, did you ever think? Well, a joke you had may meaning. Well, if that's the case, remember Marcus? Oh, I was like, who? I was like, oh yeah. Well, yeah, but not every joke you've landed or it has meaning. It comes out to be true. But anyway, let's get back into the brass tacks of the situation. So, yeah, after all that, like all that back and forth, and again, there was really, I don't know, like again, I kind of dipped in and out from points because at that point it was kind of getting sad how desperate they were becoming. I don't know. I know like Sloppy was saying, well, I can't criticize you, Zexio, because Chade's done the same thing. fair. I don't really have an issue with that. Plus, he's your buddy, so I know you're gonna kiss his ass. So I get that. Oh yeah, yeah. Again, like I said, they pick and choose who they go after. It's not this random thing that they always say and all that. But again, and if anybody wants the screenshots of messages, I could send it to them because basically one of my points was proven when I said even when you criticize them, they would try to attack and harass you and all this stuff, which is fine because that just shows what bitches they are. You know, Sloppy was all like, "Oh, what did he say? I was like, oh, we don't do that." And then like fucking, Zach's like, "Oh, well, Jay may not have an apartment soon." Blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm like thinking. So basically, you say that, and then your buddy who you're up his ass 24/7 says the complete opposite of what you say. Ah, he's a loose cannon. Well, I'm a loose cannon too. That's why again he was getting all pissy when I was every time he tried to antagonize me and all that. Again, really, I'm just making this for the content. I'm not making this for because I'm really, really bothered or anything like that. I'm not surprised. Again, even back last year, like they what do you call it? They criticized anything I did, but they harbored Kevin for all the shit he said and constantly said it. Even when I show him proof, he didn't care. So it's okay. I get it. They're like, to certain people, they, want to protect and do all that. So my friends, I'll have their backs too. I get it, but don't act like the moral high ground and all that sort of stuff. Well, he can go fuck himself if he does. So it's just like fucking, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just the hypocrisy. Again, hypocrisy on my end too, but just admit on your end because you do the same shit. Again, it's funny to me. Like, here's the thing. You like you could say, "Oh well, you shouldn't be showing your apartment, all that stuff." Otherwise, I'm like thinking, are you the police? Clearly not, because you clearly have not put any predators in jail that you so care about. You say, "Oh, we're trying to warn people," yet these predators are getting children each and every day that you're exposing. So nothing you do is actually doing anything. Yeah, I'm a piece of shit with Sanders. Yeah, even sloppy or not sloppy. Zexio. First, he said I went to jail for domestic violence, which I'm like, when did that happen? I don't like, I know my boss went there just recently, but outside of my former boss. But like, when did I? Or he said I'm a predator. What proof did he show? Nothing. Nothing. He could try to say predatory behavior and all that. Who are you to judge? Who died and made you the king of making or saying who's a pred, who's not? But now I will put the link out for anybody who wants to join. I've basically said the gist of what I wanted to say. But like again, false accusations with no context, no fucking thing. Okay, I want to make sure thing. The blood stains isn't as bad as these are. The real things actually. Oh my god, Dragon! Quit instigating, you little shit. Anyway, yeah, don't. I was gonna say, don't do that, Dragon, because then they'll assume, just like they assumed with DH. I'm just like thinking, what the fuck? Like again, I know there have been times in the past where me and Eric Melendez have been on, you know, like not good terms, but we were at least on talking terms back in the day, right? But even then, I knew never to take what he says seriously. The man, even when like a few of us talked to Eric privately behind the scenes, all he fucking let's see, I'll let you in a minute, Roar. Let me make sure it's you. Yeah, it is. Okay. All the things he fucking said, you know, about DH, it was like old shit that was debunked. Like again, Sabi and Zexio can like, and they may not care. Well, clearly they do care because they were still bothered by fucking the whole situation from a week ago. You know, so they can't really come here and tell me, oh well, like I said my piece on a separate video after that whole ordeal. And then after that, I left it be for a little while, and I was like, okay, maybe it died. Maybe they decided to move on to actual going after predators. No, they did not, because well, I guess it bothered them so much, and they just wanted a way to attack them. So yeah. Anyway, I'll let Roar in real quick, or not real quick. We'll be live for however long. But yeah, what's up, Roar?
What's up, man?
So I don't know if you heard about it, because again, Zexio privated the stream. But yeah, basically Zexio made a stream with Sloppy to attack DH, and basically because again they always word it to where they can't face anything again, because you know they don't mind accusing people and falsely accusing people. But they always make sure they word it correctly that way, because you know, but they still imply it. But anyway, they were basically asking the question, is Dark Horse a pred? And they were using videos from Soul Evans. Roar, were you ever familiar with the Soul Evans account?
Yeah, because I think yeah.
So, like, yeah, and from what from what I've understood, is that whole situation was debunked a long time ago. Mind you, it was like, go ahead.
I think that account made videos about Otaku too, I think.
Yeah, they made accounts on Otaku, DH, and maybe a few others I can't recall. But anyway, like, and there's so many different people from that era that, like, would have, like I think Will was in the chat of that stream. He didn't, like, if there was, Will was probably around at that time. He could correct me if I'm wrong, but he may have been around at that time, and him and DH are not the best buddies. I'm sure he would have countered something if DH wasn't. So it's like nothing they said. They basically made a whole stream accusing him of shit for fucking nothing. Oh, you were? So is there any merit to what they were saying about that whole situation from back then? Like, I guess between him and DH, or them and DH, who was like being honest, I guess the best way I could describe it. Anyway, because it was just like, fuck, what, like again, like, what was said, yeah, I can't, because it was a different stuff from that Soul Evans account, from my understanding. That was like the main crux of their argument, saying that DH is a pred and all that. But it was just like what the, like, and they took all their information, like the information that was given to them was from Eric fucking Millet. I don't know. There's speculation on that. I do not know. They're like, I think DH has said that. I think a few other people have speculated as Deku. I don't know if we've ever gotten confirmation. As far as I know, Deku's been, because I was actually talking to a friend of mine earlier about this, because like Deku, like that was like one of my early big feuds outside of Otaku was Deku in the early days of my thing. Yeah, they were even claiming that he beat his ex, which, if I recall, I think he even debunked that years ago when someone was bringing that up. No, I'm telling you, not asking. Soul Evans isn't Deku. Okay, I get what you mean. Okay, I get it. I wonder who it is then. There's a plethora of different people. Oh, Sam. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Sam the
Basically-
Genesis.
Okay, so Sam DeJanis. Okay, that makes sense because I interacted with that fool a few times back in the day as well. Very briefly, but I do remember interacting with that person. Well, Darkless, basically, Sloppy and Zexio's credibility is out the window. They spent however many hours accusing DH of being a pred, even though they were going by evidence that was given to them by Eric Melendez Battle. So they were basically taking the word of Eric Melendez Battle.
That's sad.
The link is up for anybody who wants to join. Let me see if I can pin it real quick. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Anyway, or when I was trying to click the link to pin it, I accidentally clicked the link instead of pinning it. Oh yes, we'll get back into the main conversation, but Dragon's asking, Roar, what's your strategy against Chayton if you two were to spar? I think he meant were to spar or would to spar. I don't know. Like, how good is your reflexes?
What do you mean by that?
Like, are you good at spotting things? Like, for example, if I got you if you got me to the ground, and if I tried to get you in a triangle, and you countered, and if I transitioned that mid while you're trying to get out of it, transition it to an arm bar, would you be able to get out of that then?
I think I can.
Okay, because I want you to know, brute strength will not be the ultimate decider of the bout. It will, like, you got to have great reflexes. You got to have good stamina. Dragon knows this more than anybody. We went out for a good amount of time, and we didn't get gassed out to the very end, and that was after a long period of time of us grappling. Even for me, who smokes, my stamina is pretty accurate. It's not revolutionary, but it could get the job done. My point is that those are some of the strength is one of them, but stamina, good reflexes, good attention, like mind your surroundings. That's basically another thing. Those would be the only bit of advice I would give you, because I do not want to give my opponent all my strengths and weaknesses, but those are the things I would give you. So anyway. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So basically, so that all happened. And like I said, while I was basically openly mocking them in the comment section, of course, Zexio and them were trying to show pictures of my mind. Like I get it. Sloppy says, "Oh, well, I can't condone it, or I can't say anything to Zexio because just admit that he's your boy. I can at least be man enough to admit that." But anyway, but like I think the worst thing I said to him at that time was "boy," and then of course he tried to take that as an innuendo, or I was. And all that, I'm like thinking, God, you're stupid. Like, again, like, you know, the thing is I could go, like, at this point, I like, by my standards, because my standards are I only go low towards people who deserve it. By that I mean usually go low first. By that logic, I could easily go low right now. I could go low about a plethora of things. But again, I be the bigger man. Although maybe I'll let one slip here and there because, you know, I don't really give a fuck. If you know where I live, if you don't know where I live, I don't give a fuck. Even the reason for moving wasn't because of that, it was just because of other stuff that was going on in real life. So, you know, unless either one is actually going to step up and do anything and all that, which they won't. I think even Sloppy's admitted because of the fact that he's not in this area. You know, it's not going to happen. So there is nothing alarming. Well, speaking of Arthur, the irony is they actually need a gate code now. And I'll say that here because you think they're going to give it to randos? Shit, even if they want a tour of the place, they need IDs. So, you know, again, things work a little bit differently around here compared to wherever Zexio's from, Podunk, UK, or wherever the fuck, I don't know. It's a lot different. We crazy down here compared to over there.
The fact they're taking advice from Eric is stupid.
Yeah, they took advice from fucking Eric Melendez. That's 666, the number of the beast.
One of Arthur's videos says 666 in it. Seriously.
Unless we're doing a 6-7 reference. Which, oh, fuck. Fuck you, Dragon. Now you've started this trend. Oh, yeah. God have mercy on you, Moshe Zombie, or Satan, or whoever the fuck. You know, it's... Yeah. Like, unlike Kevin, I knew this was going to happen eventually. This is just, you know... But it's beautiful to my ears and to my eyes to see how much the neighbor of the beast... Oh, I get... Okay, that's funny. Okay, I misread that. Oh, I did a Zexio and Sloppy. I misheard information. Man. I guess what's going to be my new joke is whenever I make a mistake, I'll just say I made a Zexio or Sloppy. Like I said, I just fucking laughed at the whole thing. Yeah, like I don't think I heard them openly say anything about it or make a retractment or anything. Which they won't, because again, it hurts their image. Even any accountability. Because look at some of these YouTubers who openly admit they made mistakes and they're never the same. You know, it's just you got to be really good at fucking getting have a good audience to for people will be willing to give you a chance or forgive you or root for your comeback or whatever the fuck, right? But yeah, Eric Melendez. Like, yes, was it one of Eric's videos? No, but Eric was the one who gave them, and I'm just like thinking, what the fuck? Like that. I've seen a lot of stupid shit on this platform. I've seen people expose themselves. Well, I've not seen, thankfully. I think, who was it? The only two people I know that exposed themselves was actually three. Sean's View, Brian Absher, and I think John Davis. I know that one guy, Christian Rance, almost tried to on one of my streams, but I booted him before he did anything.
Oh, that fat fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I was reacting to a Pokey Streets video where where this guy kind of looked like fucking Christian Rance. But anyway, so going back to it, right? Um, I've seen a lot of stupid shit. I've heard people expose themselves. I've heard people say, what do you call it, pedophilia, like should be illegal, like Brian Apster said. I've seen people like Arthur saying it's the kid's fault for what happens to them. All this other bullshit. I've heard some of the dumbest things, but this may be one of, if not the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You know, because yeah, you could say, well, Arthur listens to Eric or takes stuff he said at face value. Yes, but Arthur's an idiot. Like nobody looks at him as being smart or thinking that he's smart. The only person that thinks he is smart is himself. But Zexio and Sloppy, these quote unquote respected, these fierce predator hunters, took these quote unquote intelligent people who apparently know the law, took the advice from Eric Melendez Battle. That's the one thing that I want y'all to if you huh? What's up, Roar?
I was eating something.
Oh, okay. That's the one thing I want everybody to remember from this stream is that Sloppy Seconds at Zaxio took the information and the intel from Eric Melendez Battle, a man who whacks off at the library to porn. So I want that for you all to sink in and to think and let that fester in your brain. Because who would take the advice from Eric Melendez Battle? You would have to be the most retarded motherfucker in the world to do that. But I guess when Sloppy was talking about like people trying to be the king of the retards and shit, I guess he was projecting because apparently him and Sloppy share that crown. Or him and Zexio, excuse me. Oh, I did another Zexio and Sloppy. I misinterpreted what I meant. You know, it's all good. Y'all forgive me, right? It's not like I'm calling them Preds or anything. They're just bogus Pred hunters. No arrests or no arrests that stick. No prison time. No anything. I want that also to sink in. You know, nobody, and these people like DD and all these other people are still getting kids. Spreading awareness ain't doing a damn thing because apparently they're still doing what they're doing. So at this point, they're just giving them more free publicity. They're welcoming these kids to go over to them. Because that's the downside of promotion and publicity. There's good publicity, there's bad publicity. And unfortunately, they're attracting the bad publicity in that regard. Because nothing's changed. DD, all these fuckers are not off the internet. But yet they, like, instead of focusing on that, trying to maybe do something about that, they waste their time with Lil Me or DH. Just let that fester for a moment as well. Instead of quote unquote protecting the children, they were focused on two guys that gave them constructive criticism on their methods. Also proving like when I said it was funny, right? Sloppy said something about how I lied about the whole coming after people and all that sort of stuff. It's funny because you indirectly proved my point, right? Because your boy, you know, did all that, right? Which is fine. Again, again, if you have all these sources, why in the fuck aren't these predators in jail, dead, or whatever the fuck? Or they're getting to the point where they just can't. They'll quit what they're doing just to be left alone. Amateurs, I tell you. And people could say, well, I can't criticize them because I don't do it. Well, if I'm being frank, I am a critic after all. I critique movies. technically I have been in a short film, but I've never been in a full length length film. It's like some actors and directors who say that nobody should critique filmmaking because they never did it, or wrestling fans critiquing wrestlers. Granted, have they ever taken, like, I've taken more bumps than some of these wrestling reviewers and critics have. I'll be openly honest, but at the end of the day, what else is there? Like, again, that's a obvious retort when they do not like the criticism they are getting. So it's just pathetic. It really is. Like, I just like everything that I said back then, and even like Sloppy could say I lied about saying this or saying that. Well, you could say it was a intuition. It was a gut feeling, and you unintentionally proved my theory correct. But it is what it is. I at least appreciate. I will be fair here. I will at least say to Sloppy that he didn't go. Actually, I don't even give him credit, because last time I even tried to give him some sort of credit, he threatened to dox David, but he apologized, so it's okay, right? Like, Roar. Let me ask you, if I openly doxed you for no reason, just because you had a different of opinion, and if I apologized to you a little bit later, say I was drunk, would you forgive me? Roar, you there?
Yeah.
All right. So if you critique something I did, and then I just decided to get drunk and threaten to dox you, would you if I apologize to you a little bit later, would you forgive me, and would you welcome me back or be okay with me?
If you did that,
Yeah, if I did that. You just criticize something I did, like maybe like, oh, I don't agree with me talking shit about Jordan, even though Jordan and me are being cordial in group chats. I will give him that. He's actually being good. But hence why I've really not talked shit about him. But if you just criticize something like that, and I just said, oh, I'm gonna dox you, I'm gonna show the location of where you live, maybe not your apartment number or anything, but I showcase where you live. And I said and I was drunk, right? I apologized to you a few months later. Would you forgive me?
probably not.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Hell, I even voiced my honest opinion on certain metal bands that I do not like. Yet people give me shit. Yeah, there is nothing wrong with critiquing anything. Just because you could, for example, I believe Michael Jackson is a pedophile. I believe he's a pedophile. I believe O.J. Simpson killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Now, they were both acquitted, so, and I don't think O.J. was special needs, or well, maybe Michael Jackson could have been. But the fact is that they basically, what's what I'm looking for? Oh, people criticize that, The only times I really like, if you want to have a discussion, I'm always open for a discussion. Now, if you just try to glorify him and say he was good to everybody. Again, a middle-aged man sleeping with a young boy, openly admitting to that. Yeah, that's not predatory behavior, right? But anyway, but hey, if I've criticized certain bands, I criticize the POC. Golf, shut up, Jack. I didn't have fucking 500 lawyers like fucking OJ did, or probably Michael Jackson did. With that, it was just pure old money. Yeah, that's a good. Like, I will die on the hill. I love Halloween Ends. I have 2 posters of it in my home. I will not. What's the word I'm looking for? I will, like, people make jokes about and all that good stuff. I let them have it. I don't criticize them for hating it. the only thing, like the only time I will criticize someone is if they haven't seen the movie. Is if they haven't seen the movie. That's the only time I will criticize it because I feel like that is when your opinion is not validated if you're trying to critique that. Now, if you've seen it and you have your thoughts on it, like, okay, for example, some people love Scream 7. I think it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm not going to criticize people for loving it. Again, it became a box office hit. It's things like that. And that really shows how immature these guys are. They what do you call it? They talk about how oh well they're better men than you because I took out or because of the stuff with my daughter and stuff like that. Meanwhile, during I think a stream that me and Poseidon were on, I kept hearing a baby crying for a good while, and nothing was being done. And according to the individual, he was fucking that being sloppy. It's the woman's job. Which, hey, you could have your. See, and I love Midsommar too, but I'm not going to criticize you for saying that. Anyway, meanwhile, like Sloppy said, oh, it's the woman's responsibility to do that. You can't really criticize another man's parody skills while you're leaving your kid crying and fucking doing all that. Then you could probably say, well, I didn't fucking what do you call it? I didn't sign with. I'm like thinking, I hope you never have to. I hope that you never have to deal with that and deal with all the bullshit that came with that. I really do. I really hope you never fucking never have to deal with that. There's a difference between like I guess that's another thing too, is that you can criticize all you want, but at the end of the day, are you there? No. You could say something about me about the whole it's like the same thing as like parenting, right? Yeah, I get some of these guys who criticize my parents who are not even parents, who never even experienced anything like that. It's like it's just a back and forth. Again, just because you criticize, I'm not going to go and dox your info or let somebody else do it. But it's all good. It's all good. It just proves to me, but what I could tell you what I've never done. I've never been on a stream and left my kid crying and then tell my fucking woman to take care of it or say it's a woman's responsibility. Hell, I've had people and no, the streams weren't like the cameras were on us on stream, but hey, there was what was it? I think it was a stream with me and who was it? I think it was me and Tom and Jordan, where my daughter was on for a little bit, but she was again behind the scenes because I think Tom was using OBS, so it wasn't showing us on video. But Tom and Jordan we could all see each other, right? So anytime she needed something or whatnot, I tended to that and took care of that. But again, that's stuff that you wouldn't know unless you were there, and all that other stuff. Let's see. I did first time watching Midsommar for Halloween 24. It took me 3 times to watch it due to me falling asleep. Hey, it's all good. Ari Aster is a very acquired taste of some. I get that. I'll say this: the second Beetlejuice was actually pretty. Yeah, I liked it too. I didn't hate it as much as some people did. But yeah, it's like, again, they could pull out every contradiction in the book with anything I say, but you know what? I never took fucking information seriously from Eric Melendez's battle. I did too. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. My woman and I loved it.
I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, I loved it, but a lot of people didn't like it. But again, that's their fucking damn. I guess Arthur finally came with the storm. But anyway, my point is that again, I said this before. They're amateurs, and this proved my point. It's like congratulations, like looking up my thing, like hey, what's up, Jay? How you doing, man? Yeah, they are. They are. Every single one of them. Anyway, it's like you did a image search. Congratulations. A retarded monkey could do that. You know, like it's like anything that y'all do. Literally, you had to ask Arthur for information about John Davis. I literally, even though I was like, okay, well, let me play along. I thought that was fucking weird. I thought that was fucking weird. It's something where, why would you need Arthur Woodson to get information on John Davis? Oh, it's great. You could see Sloppy's or not Sloppy, Zexia. Sorry, I did Sloppy and Zexio. I made a mistake. I made a boo boo. Anyway, if Zexio's video goes back up, you could always see like what certain areas are, or you could just watch my stuff and and all that good stuff. I don't act like I not well. Basically, some supposed pred hunters were going after a friend of mine with information that they got from a complete idiot and a known black supremacist and a guy who hates the guy's name is Dark Horse Purge that they tried to go after. This black supremacist hates Dark Horse Purge with a passion. They tried to expose him for being a P3DO, and basically they looked like complete and other idiots. And I'm just basically laughing at the whole thing. Because like I said,
Was Eric on the panel too?
Eric did come on the panel for a few seconds before they booted him. Because he was just Sloppy and Zexio. The non-credible pred hunters. I get that. I get that. And I talked to him about that. And again, some of us have known Cabal for a lot longer, so we kind of, and unfortunately, it gets in those situations. I guess then if I can't criticize that, I guess I can't criticize Sloppy for threatening the dog David. But hey, it is what it is. You could again, just the whole situation is fucked. All this because of again, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody's like tearing each other apart over this whole situation, like just everything. Like again, everybody is in agreement, even the people that I've discredited and that others have discredited. We all agree on one thing. Arthur Woodson and John Davis are pieces of shit. They do not deserve to breathe the same air as we do. Neither do Dee Dee or Chloe or any of these other fuckers, right? They don't. That's the only thing we're in agreement on. But yeah, like I don't really get it. It's fucking asinine. Like again, I see even the Lord himself is upset at this. I just don't get it. How in the fuck do you take anything Eric Melendez says or any links he sends at face value. That is the biggest thing with me. No, I get that. But like, oh, we lost war. Well, maybe he'll come out. The link is pinned. Anybody, if anybody wants to come in, chime in on anything, friend, foe, whoever. I don't discriminate. You know, I don't make excuses saying that I won't be able to be on the stream because it's past my bedtime, but yet I'm streaming until after my bedtime. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I couldn't have streamed earlier either because I was hanging out with my wife and and a friend of ours. You know, so that's what I'm saying. You know, it's like I'm like thinking. I get it, like again. Zexio knows, like again, that's why he always needs to have yeah. And like I said, like again, I've got like I know Adam, you've been trying to stay out of certain situations and all that stuff. And like I said, I've criticized the whole situation with everything. I've been fair with you and everything. So like and all that. But yeah, no, and since he privated it, if he ever makes it public, but if not, I do have the messages where he was going where they were saying that. It's fucking stupid. Shit, even when I was trying to like leave, I wasn't even trying to fucking like when I first left the first time when Zexio invited me into a group chat. Once I realized that nothing was going to come out of it, then he had Sloppy, which basically also proves that's like I guess who's the bitch in the relationship. I know what was it? Like he begged Sloppy to bring me back in just to say that, and it just proved everything I said, that he has a fragile fucking ego. Did you know the person they called out for 3PO allegations? You should never accuse people unless you're 100% or 1,000% sure nowadays. Yeah. Oh yeah, the person they tried to call was Dark Horse Purge, and they were using information that was already debunked and all sorts of stuff. It's like even fucking Zexio called me a predator. I'm like thinking, what's the like how are you gonna do this? And again, you make a stream, right? You make a stream and all that, and you do all this other stuff. Yes. It was all because of that. And yet they say we were all upsetty spaghetti. That's the definition of upsetty spaghetti. Weaponize your console. I get that reference. Oh, I guess because I don't show emotions on air. I think it was something else Sloppy said. I must show emotion on air. But again, I have to do whatever the big old Sloppy says, like, and all that. He's the law, remember? No, like, and all bullshit aside with that situation, I didn't feel bad about it. I may coin that reference. I'm sure someone else has coined it long before any of us have. But anyway. Did I make a mockery of Kevin and with all that stuff? Yes. Has he has falsely accused a lot of people, myself, other people for being this and that. So he was getting a taste of his own medicine. I just hated, that I had to go that low, and I made a promise to myself I would never go that low again. And I haven't. Well, yes, because look at it this way. Adam, have I ever shit, you've done or what we've done worse to we've done bad to each other. I'm not gonna sit here saying you've done big. I'll be fair here, but like, just because you had a critique of even with when me and Jordan were going at it, did I ever dox you? Did I ever try to dox you? Did I ever go low at you? Like currently, I know we went low at each other in the past. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that, but I'm just saying, again. Does it bother me? No, because I'm not surprised. It was like I was the puppet master and they were like the puppets, and I was basically telling them, dance, puppet, dance, and they were just doing what I said. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked mine doesn't get taken. I've had some videos be taken down, but I don't get any penalties for it. Or if I do, they go away. I still stream. It does make, like, again, I still stand by Arthur John Davis and all these other people are pieces of shit. They are predators or predator defenders because, again, they've said a lot of fucked up shit. But it does make me wonder. It does make me wonder. Could they be wrong with other, like, I'll take a page out of their book. Could they be wrong about, like, I'll ask in the form of a question. That way, if they try to apply it other ways, they look like idiots. Could they be wrong about other people? We don't know. Like, even, again, I will reiterate this. I've said this before. Even if the information that they had on Sloppy or Arthur or whoever, it comes out to be false, right? All the shit they've said and done throughout this period. Did my internet go out? Hopefully y'all can still hear me. See, that's the only thing I miss about my old place. I'll be transparent. We were near a military base, so I kind of liked how we never had too many power outages and shit. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna go ask the wife. Okay, you can hear me good. Well, I caught my internet. Did you cut off the system, sweetie? Did your PS5 turn off? Yeah. Wonder if it was the lightning. Oh, you had it off for a while? Oh, okay, never mind then. All right. Well, yeah, if the power was off, it would have turned everything back on. So yeah. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I didn't see no flickering. How dare you sleep on my side or take the middle? I'm going to kiss your butt for doing that. Mwah. Love you. You have a fabric softener on your hiney. It must have been stuck to the thing. What's up, man? How you doing? I'll still refer to you as True. All right. Well, anyway. But even so, going back to what I was saying, even if everything about those guys, if they were ever found out to be false, right? All the shit that Arthur John Davis, fucking Chloe Esther, all this other shit that they have said and done, that we've seen for our own two eyes, I still could never, like, I'm not going to go and say, oh, Arthur, it was, sorry that this all happened, blah, blah, because they're still pieces of shit. Like, that's something that that will never happen. Yeah, because, okay, so I used to live, I was near a military base. And so I rarely had power outages. I didn't even have a power outage during Snowvid when a lot of my friends and a lot of my people in San Antonio had power outages. They had to go to hotels and shit. I never had to deal with that. I was fortunate. I think the only thing I may have had was the occasional internet cutoff or the water being turned off. That was literally it because of the pipes. That was literally it. That was literally the only thing that I ever had to deal with during that period. Again, other people, I think my boy Jesse, he was not as lucky, you know. So I guess it just depends on the situation. Anyway. But yeah, no, it does make me wonder at this point if you could take, because again, like I said, I know some people, and again, me and DH have had a long history. Not as long as others, but we've had a long history. We have been very back and forth. You know, I am someone who has gone at it hard with DH in the past. Not and still to this day, not everybody likes DH. But even the people that do not like him have never said, oh, he's a predator, or he did this, that's predatory, or all this other shit, right? That's what I'm saying. Also, I won't go into detail. I forgot to tell you. All right. I got to, Will, if you're still listening, I appreciate the messages from earlier. I won't say what, but I do appreciate what you said. I know it's going to be music to Will's ears, but you know, after we've had some conversations and all this other shit, you know, and you know, we've been at it plenty of times, you know, and all that other stuff. But I will say that Will is actually a really good guy. I understand. I've told him this openly. I understand why he gets so paranoid at things. You know, that's you know, we're like, so I like all like bullshit personas, whatever the fuck you want to say, bullshit aside, Jay Long to Will, you know, I'm not going to say his last name just for, I know he probably wouldn't care, but you know, like, you know, he's a good guy. He doesn't have a gun to my back. He's not doing anything, like, you know, like, it is something that, you know, I've not seen that same side. Even when he was, because I did hear he was on Zexios, one of Zexio's other streams, and, you know, again, people can have their opinions and criticize. He told me some stuff behind the scenes too. So it's not like it is something that, you know, we're not allowed to have disagreements or something. As what you call being an adult. I am not going to go and what was his chime in opinion about? If you're referring to the sparring, he really didn't have much. I kind of just gave him a little bit of advice. But anyway, back to the whole thing, right? Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be live for. Basically, I was going to be like, if anybody, I know it's late too, so I'm not expecting a lot of people. Oh yeah, you openly said that. Just like I can say to everybody that, you know, if I were you, you don't have to take it. You don't have to obey it. It is not law. I'm not gonna show your apartment or show your house if you don't agree with it. I'm not gonna what do you call it? Make things of that stuff or whatnot, right? Okay. Yeah, it was just a poor thing of words. You know. Oh shit. Give me a second. I'm adding it back in. All right. You must have had a connection issue, I'm assuming.
No.
Roar. Okay, you there? All right, good. Anyway, so my point is though, is that like you can either take what I say or leave it. You know, I am not the law. I'm not going to send anything. I'm not going to do any of that type of stuff. Again, certain people, I had their informations. I could have done the same exact thing, but I chose not to. because what is the point? It's stupid.
What was Dragon's question? What was Dragon's?
I don't know. He didn't really specify. Maybe it was a sparring. I don't know. But
Oh.
anyway, but basically, I would advise people not to take Sloppy or Zexio's words as gospel or truth ever again. Because the moment that you even entertain the idea of information from Eric Melendez's battle and then make a stream half cocked, then you can't take him seriously. And the fact that they're spreading awareness, but yet, according to them, DD's still getting underage people around him. So it's not working. Am I saying this part of this kind of first? We'll come down here, Adam. We'll get fruity together. No, I'm kidding. Anyway. Am I saying they should
Not
be?
gay.
Am I saying we should be, or they should be, like those people should be left alone? No. However, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything productive. You say you have all these different. Yeah. Yeah, and
What pick is he referring to?
Zexio was showing like he was making AI picture of me celebrating my mom supposedly dying, even though she's very much alive.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah, basically because I either called him boy or I called him fucking, or I basically discredited him. Which in essence, like,
To be honest, I never really cared about Zexio, especially after he attacked the Fortune 4 shooters. So I never really cared about his ass.
I say, are you pressed? No, actually, I'm not. I wasn't surprised. I saw it coming. Like when Kevin said, I knew this was going to happen long ago. I was like, oh no, I knew eventually this was something I was saying. I believe what I want, and when I know something is total BS, I call it out and don't worry. Yeah. Like I'm going. What do you mean? Like just in that situation with them or something else? Oh, this is what Dragon was referred to. Oh, what's his chime in opinion on this? I guess the Zexio Sloppy thing.
Well, to be honest, what they're doing is pretty stupid, and it's just I don't know why they just think what they're doing is right. It's messed up. The fact they want to believe Eric Melendez's battle, it's like the guy is a piece of shit. All right, he's a piece of shit, and the fact y'all want.
It's like what they say about doxing, right? They say, "Oh, well, we're not using the information for malicious intent." Well, actually, that's not entirely true about that. They were again. Are they like even if they tried anything, they will probably take him as seriously as the cops take him seriously. Again, no convictions. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Yeah, they Zexio, but he privated it. I don't know if he's going to make it public again. He may not. I don't know. But yeah, and yes, all of it. Yeah, like I'll put it to you this way. Tomorrow I'm going to be going clubbing. I don't like if Sloppy makes a stream all mad because I mentioned something about his kid crying and him not taking care of his kid and try to use all that. I'm not going to give a fuck. Again, if you want to confront me, you're gonna I guess I'll say it like this. You're gonna come home to daddy. You're gonna come where the big boys play. You're not gonna be you're gonna be basically content farm if that were the case. But if not, I'm not gonna even deal with you in that way. This is probably going to be a one and done because, well, if they continue to do what they do, they're just going to continue to prove my point. So I'm just going to let the idiot. It's like, okay, it's like with when I was beefing with Eric Lima, different Eric, by the way, for anybody wondering. I stopped talking about him for a good month and a half, and he just kept lingering on about me. So by the time I decided to respond back to him, he got to the point where he basically said he was a loser, right? Well, anyway, my point is I let him fucking I let the fucking what do you call it? What's the best way I could say it? The shit dweller play with the shit and toss it around and all that. And I went and when I was ready to come clean it up and dump his ass in the gutter, that's what I did. So maybe later on down the line, or maybe they'll realize that why are we going after these people when we gotta quote unquote protect the children, right? Again, supposedly, allegedly, these potential these predators that they're going after, they decided to not focus on that, focus on hearsay that basically made it look bad. Like I said, they don't really give a fuck about the kids. If they did, then why the fuck go after people who basically only gave them criticism? Make it make sense. So yeah, like again, they really don't give a fuck about protect kid Zexio, the little man child that he is. Fucking like after I basically told him to fuck off, I was like, go play in traffic, basically. Fucking whatever. Like he was still trying to, because again, he was bothered by me. I ain't like the other fuckers he did, because again, he tries to like at the end of the day, let me give you all an idea of how of who Zexio really is. He is a scared little boy in a man's body who thinks he can use fear tactics like showing people's houses, all sort of shit. God damn, that was a lot. That was like one of those quiet. Oh, there we go. There we go. I heard that fucking like it was like a silent like lightning strike, and you're about to hear the big boom of the thunder, and then it started pouring again. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Uses fear tactics to try to impose some type of fear on people. Well, the thing is, I'm not afraid of you, Zexio. I'm not afraid of you, Sloppy. I'm not afraid of people who are not who they say they are, who don't give a fuck about the kids, who don't even are afraid to show again, you could show my place, you could show this, you could do that. I'm more of a man, I'm more fearless than y'all because y'all are afraid to show anything. But it is what it is. Again, I can't fix stupid. But yeah, like I said, I advise people, not telling them, not ordering them. I would advise never to take their word as gospel ever again. Because today proved it. If Zexio uploads that video and doesn't edit to Kingdom Come, then you'll see it for yourself how much of an idiot he came off as. And Sloppy too, because again, they both took the word of fucking Eric Melendez battle. Again, I will repeat that till I'm blue in the face. Sloppy and Zexio took the opinion of what do you call it? Eric Melendez battle. It's like anybody who believed that Sloppy's name was Miguel Miranda or believed that he actually showed his address are fucking idiots. Like I knew he wasn't somebody who I knew that wasn't really his name. Anybody who believed that, I think it was fucking Arthur and John Davis took that hook, line, and sinker. I knew, but again, they're fucking dumbasses. So of course they're gonna assume that that's legit. The methods they were resorting to over opinions is critically damaging. Oh yeah, this whole day was critically damaging their opinions. Again, as I stated, upsetty spaghetti. I think Sloppy said that a few times about fucking who was it? Fucking All of Us or whatever. But in fact, it was actually them who were upsetting spaghetti. Deflection. You know, that's just how they are. But yeah, no, they fucking, and I'll be fully transparent with y'all. Like after entertaining them for a little bit, I did block them. Not because I'm afraid of them like some of these people are. I don't waste my time with stupid people. You know, and clearly, they don't care. Like, I want this also to be known to you. They've made it clear. So if any of you think that either of them care about you, they will admit they don't. If anything, they just use all of it. If anything. Now, I will admit I use certain people, like the Arthurs of the world or the Daniels or whoever. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't use everybody. Just the stupid people, really, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But yeah, I think that's it. I've gone about 90 minutes. I don't think nobody else is coming in. You know, I was kind of shocked. I was kind of wondering if Sophie would come in or something, but I guess it's all good, you know. Like I said, like he'll probably make a stream about it. I expect him to. I'm not even going to really give it any attention and or bother, because at this point, why would I take anything they say seriously? It's like there's nothing else that they could say or do that's going to make me really believe that they are these big bad fucking people about the truth and what's right. So yeah. But yeah, it's storming a little bad here. So I'm gonna listen. Yeah, it's getting late for me too. I'm getting too sleepy. Yeah, going. Yeah, I'm just like whatever about this whole situation. But after today, I'm not taking anything they say as gospel, the gospel truth. Yeah. And again, I'm not making anybody. And if anybody can still talk to them and give their thoughts and all that other stuff, I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm not gonna try to find out information or anything like that. You know, it is what it is. It's like, you know, but yeah, like it's just my opinion. Nobody should take what they say. They don't really give a shit about the kids. They don't give a shit about we lost word. I'll be in this anyways. They don't give a shit about so dragon. They don't get like they're not real journalists or whatever other word you want to look for in terms of getting information. Again, as I've said before, they wanted me to get Arthur into a call to get John Davis' information, which I'm like thinking, I think the cops would have that, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they just. I don't know. It's just it's like everything about them really was honestly at this point. Like I thought they were doing something good. I really did. But like, and they could say, well, it's only because we're talking shit about you. No, no, actually, it's not even that. You wasted a whole day on fucking a wild goose chase that led to nothing. That made y'all look bad. Like, again, like I could say if people still take them seriously, something's wrong with them, but you know, it's like again, you only need like in these types of situations, especially when you are somebody who is about facts, about getting information, about knowing knowing the situation, understanding everything, and all that other stuff. When you fucking like when you fuck up like that once, because I've never said I'm the end all be all of fucking of fucking factual evidence. I could be wrong. I admit when I'm wrong. I admit when I fuck up. I think that's always what bothered people. It's because like you could say, you know, I'm this, I'm that. I am the cold hard truth of the world. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't kiss ass. I am somebody who will say what's on my mind and all that other stuff. Whether it's me being, because again, I was criticizing Sloppy even in the video we did last week. So I wasn't like fucking. I wasn't fucking like being like, oh yeah, yeah, like you know, I'm here for you know. It's just like, and again, they could say they don't care. They could say they don't care about this or that or the third. But when they took information from Eric Melendez to try to get a one up, that basically proved that they did care. That did that their egos were bruised. See, again, even the Lord Himself knows. That's why he is so upset about what transpired today. But oh, and by the way, people say, "Oh, how dare you say talk about the Lord when you're not a believer?" It's a joke, actually. Yeah, like I saw the Arthur stuff firsthand. That's why I know he's a piece of shit. I have seen John Davis act like a complete and utter fool and act very creepy firsthand. You know, it's like the ogre. It's like when I criticized the ogre, everybody was criticizing me for this, that, and the third. Oh, I was like saying stuff about his nephew and all this other stuff. I never heard that criticism when it came to him doing it. Oh, but I have to critique him when I have to critique them when they're there and all sorts. So, although correct me if I'm wrong, but when you threatened to dox David, you never, he wasn't in the stream when you said that. Oh, but you apologize, so it's okay, right? Anyway, funny thing is, you can say David didn't even know what what he was apologized for. Once I told him, you know, he fucking, let's just be real, after that, he was kind of like, what? You know, he like, just because, like, it was just like, yeah. But yeah. But yeah, I think I've said everything I need to say because, yeah, this is just rinse and repeat at this point. And I want to go and do some gaming before I go to bed. We're gonna have a busy day tomorrow. Hopefully, it just depends on when this chick comes down here, because then me, her, and the wife are gonna go clubbing, trying to get because I know the girl in question, she takes a liking to my wife, so maybe get something going, you know what I'm saying? And if anybody says, "Oh, how dare you say that? What about does your wife know that?" Oh, yeah, I've openly made comments about that just a little while ago. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. I'm not gonna say this or that, but regarding this, like they could. But I do expect a stream or two to happen in response to this video and all that good stuff. And they can cope in their little echo chamber for all I care. But yeah, I think that's about it. So outside of that, unless there's any Gaming with the Devil streams, I will be back on Monday to stream the Hangman Outcast. That will be a fun episode. And then we'll be yeah, popcorn panel next week. What movie are we doing again? Fuck. What's the movie we're doing? We did Friday. What's the movie we're doing now? Oh, I think it's Dogma, I think. Is it Dogma? I think it's Dogma. Or is it Mallrats? I can't remember. It's one of Kevin Smith's movies. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. And yeah, so but yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your night. I will make sure to keep this up and to and all that good companion piece in case Exio ever does make that video again public or whatnot. Or he may just do one on me and once again reuse old shit that has already been debunked many a time. Because even if he makes a video on me and says, "Oh, what about stuff that happened in 2021?" It's done, over, debunked. Again, I don't go to streams especially drama streams for free anymore. If you're calling me out, you're going to come here because at least then I can possibly make some profit off of it. So at that and is what it is. Anyway, good night, man. You have a good night. Anyway, I've rambled on for a little while. May need to put this at 3 times speed if anybody watched the replay. But with that being said, guys, I bid y'all adieu, good night, and until next time, ta for now. Statistically speaking, there's no physical proof, so there's no point in wasting our time. Yeah. Basically, what they would try to do is be like, "Oh yeah, remember in 2021 where he lied about his remember this when he according to these documents he neglected his kid and all this other stuff, blah 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 blah," which is funny because, correct me if I'm wrong, and I actually did send back in the days Exio all the evidence referred to all this. Correct me if I'm wrong. And some of you were around back then. A lot of that stuff was debunked. So, yeah, it would just be a DH situation again, all over again. So, because they tried that. Like, I know Sexio tried that once before, and he fucking failed miserably at it. That's why I had to come crawling to me to ask him for help with Arthur. Because, well, he just had nobody else that he could talk to, and so like hell, the motherfucker even tried to he offered me fucking who was it? I think it was Kevin's information, because he said he didn't like Kevin according to him or some shit. Never made that. I heard some troll account was talking about that. I know I told a few people behind the scenes. I don't know. I don't care at this point who said what. If they said anything, I don't know. But yeah, like I think it was like right before. So this was like late August, early September, maybe around that period of time. Well, anyway, like I basically, with that information, I deleted it. I had nothing to gain over it. And apparently, from what I understood, Kevin was moving anyway, so I really had no use for it anyways. So, So like even if I wanted to, there was really no use for it. Yeah, flash floods in effect till 6 a.m. Damn. But yeah. So yeah. Again, that's why I always tell people like if anybody thinks that anybody should trust Zexio, trust me, he will gladly give information of other people if need be. And I don't have the receipts of that because that was in a I think a private StreamYard conversation. I think it was on ITV stream back in the day. But yeah, Zexio could deny it, but yeah, there's actually a few people behind the scenes that know about that. So anyway, yeah, apparently I heard there was some account trying to fucking say what were they saying? I think they were saying something about me about the information or whatnot. And then like I'll just specify it's like in terms of the Zexio giving Kevin Zexio giving me Kevin's information, that is true. But I discarded it because again, as far as I know, Kevin A. Press, so I have really no use of doing any of that. God damn, it's storming bad out here. Oh no, I can't show y'all because well I can't show y'all because well fucking let me see. I wanna put my things, my fucking whatchamacallits over here. That way they don't get too wet. In a second. I may go at least for the 2 hour mark. Just to kill some time. Today's my sunglasses are getting a nice little wash. It's pretty bad outside. Let me see if I can show you all. But I guess I can't, right? Because they'll let's see. Because I'm not afraid of anything. Yeah. Oh no. I guess I just gave permission to look up or for people to dox me because it's okay because I basically said this and that. Oh no. What am I gonna do? I'm shivering in my boots. God damn, it's all right, I'm gonna put this right over here. And yeah, it should be good right now. I don't think nothing will come over here. I may bring these in. The ashtray can be okay. All right. Yeah, it would just be better if I put these seats in here. That way they don't get fucked up too much. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that does sound interesting. I'm looking forward because again, I've liked all the Evil Dead movies that have come out. I have stated that my favorite Evil Dead movie is the one from 2013, the reboot. I do love Evil Dead. Was it Rise? Yeah. But outside of that, and like I said, I like most Evil Dead movies. I'm not. I know this is blasphemy to some. I'm not the biggest fan of Army of Darkness. I like Army of Darkness, but I don't think it's as good as a lot of people say it is. But again, that's just my opinion. My opinion ain't law. So yeah, we'll just kill some time until we get to the 2 hour mark. That way, it adds to the watch time. God damn. You can probably hear it also. It's pretty gnarly. Hey, at least the wife's car is getting a nice little car wash, courtesy of the rain. Shit, now I gotta wait to take the dog out because she's petrified of the rain. Eh. Oh, okay, good. Okay, yeah. Yeah, of the three, of the original three, I prefer two. But yeah. I know rides get some hate, but I do love rides. I have a poster of it on my wall, actually. I think I've shown it. But yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see what is going on. But yeah, no, like these fuckers are small fry. I used to think they actually were what do you call it, a force to be reckoned with, but they're nothing more than a bunch of amateurs. God damn, now it's I wonder if the power's gonna go out here. I got like 20% on my phone. I could easily charge my whatchamacallit with the PS5 or something for the time being. Not for a 2-hour stream. I think I had under 60%. I'm only just now getting to 20. It's actually quite interesting. Yeah, it's raining pretty bad. Thankfully, I have a porch and so I have a little area where I can chill out. The only thing that's really hitting me in terms of the weather is the fucking wind with the water. But yeah, I didn't even know it was raining today. But yeah, I just what do you call it? It's also funny to me. I just thought about this, right? So Sloppy has always said his rule is if the person has changed and they've been and all this other stuff, then if it's happened 10, 5 years ago, because even my situation happened like 5 years ago, right? And he usually doesn't go after anybody for those things, right? If there's not any concurrent things, right? So again, another hypocritical move because he went after fucking DH for something from like what 5, 6, 10 years ago, whatever, and fucking that also disavowed his fucking his thing he said. That's what I'm saying, man. They're a bunch of fucking hypocrites. And it was nice to watch them fucking squirm and look like complete idiots. Like I said, it's made like for me, I'm not planning on this being a back and forth thing because, well, I have no reason. Their credibility is already out the window. There's nothing else I could do. There's really nothing else I could do. So, in that regard, let me see if my internet's on. Because I'm using my phone's data on my phone currently. So I just want to see if my internet's on. I can still play games and shit, so it's not like I'm fucked. But let's see. Did I cut off my system? All right, let's see. Let's see if my internet is connected. Does it tell me here? I don't think I have it on here. We got 5 minutes before I end it. Yeah, everything's connected, so everything's good on there. So yeah. Yeah, I'll probably what do I want to do? I'll probably just like fucking thinking if I want to play. Because I may go back and play some Metal Gear Solid. By the way, for anybody wondering, I think I made a community post about it, but next time I do a game with them will be Cassie and Frank Stone. That'll be the next game I discuss. So I hope you all are ready for that. I don't know when that's going to be. That probably won't be Monday or Tuesday. If anything, it'll be. Yeah, it's still ironic. It still shows everything. All right. I need to check something because the wife and I have been watching What We Do in the Shadows. Great show, and all that. I've gotten her up to season 4, so we've been it'll be nice because her and I have not seen season 5, so that like I've seen seasons 1 through 4. So like those are kind of like things I've seen. So when we get to season 5, which I'm hoping we do by maybe this weekend or something, I'm hoping that I can do all that. Let's see. So yeah. So we shall see. But yeah, this is good shit, guys. I appreciate all the input, all the opinions, the discussion, all this other stuff. I appreciate all of you for being supportive at this time and all this other good stuff. So, nothing else I could say regarding that. And yeah, nothing else I could really say. All that good stuff. So where am I at? Damn, I still got 3 minutes. What the fuck? What I may do is I may just play a song while we finish up. I'll do this one. Oh, they have a new feature where you can actually fast forward the song. What the hell, yeah.
Got the paper sorted and he's heading out. He took what wasn't yours. Now the truth comes fast. He keeps a tidy ledger and he wants it back. He don't bark, he files with a careful eye. One more name on the page, then the warning lights. Arthur is suing you. Arthur is suing you. Signed, sealed, served. He's coming through. Arthur is suing you. Arthur is suing you. Pay that bill and your side too. Hey, hey. Seated on the sidewalk, tiny shoes, sharp suit. He read every line twice, made the facts stay put. No drama in the hallway, just a calm, cold stare. He says, take it to court now, if you think you dare. He don't shout, he smiles, then he sets the date. Every little shortcut turns into a case. Arthur is suing you. Arthur is suing you. Signed, sealed, served. He's coming through. Arthur is suing you. Arthur is suing you. Pay that bill and your side too.
All right, guys. Ended right at the 2 hour mark. It's great. Anyway, y'all take care. I will see y'all most likely probably not till probably Monday. So I'll be definitely Monday, but I probably won't be live again until then. So with that, ta for now, guys. Take care.
For the house always wins. For the house always